Blast it or stash it. I am Huey, the comic half squatch. Thank you to Drew Manchu for that moniker. The half squatch, known as choking raccoons out behind a dumpster at 7-Eleven. I don't know where we got there, how we got there, but this is just a show. I wanted to kind of talk about my LCS, the second one I go to. He had a whole bunch of these. He said, "Hey, Huey, do you have a need for these magazine semi-rigid sleeves, the Mylar box, and for magazine size?" And I said, "Heck yeah, I do." So he ended up giving them to me, about 300 of them, and I went ahead and rebagged and boarded some of my magazines. And I'm not sure if I really showed off any of these in a video before. So I thought, okay, I got them all looking nice and pretty in Mylar. Let's talk about them. Let's show them off on what we got. Some of these books, you may be thinking, really? You put that in Mylar? Heck yeah, I put it in Mylar. Makes it look nice and pretty. Like I said, nice and shiny. Some of these books you've probably seen because they're newer books, of course. But we'll just go through the whole short box I got here of stuff. Hopefully I don't cut my finger on this Mylar, the little tab sticking up. Well, maybe see me bleeding live on YouTube. So first off, of course, we got Batman Damned. Check out that. The Batwing. That's cover A, and I got cover B as well on that. I picked up that whole run of Batman Damned. I'm not sure if anybody else did. It was okay. I don't think it was anything great. The biggest thing that came out of that was that Batwing. So I don't know really if there's anything pressing besides that. So those are those Batman Damned 1 and 2, or that's one cover A and cover B, and I also have covers 2 and covers 3, which I'm not going to really talk about those because we've all seen those. Let's go and see what some other books I got here that I rebagged and boarded with Mylar. Death of Gru. Big Sergio fan. Death of Gru. If you're a Gru fan, definitely pick this up. Magazine size. It's pretty good stuff. I think on my Gru run for the Marvel run, I think I have 1 through 75. I still need to get 25, 30 of them, I think. But definitely a big Gru fan. Also known, Sergio is known as one of the fastest artists because he does a lot of quick sketches. I think he's kind of retired from doing cons anymore, though, because he's getting up to, I think it's 75, right around there, maybe a little older. These books I picked up. I went on a delivery at my old job. I was on delivery out of town. And a lot of times when I go out of town, I look on Craigslist, look on Facebook Marketplace, all that fun stuff, try to find people who have comic books or something for sale, and I'll pick them up when I'm over there. They had a whole chest full of stuff, a lot of eerie, a lot of creepy. I did a video on it before. I think these are some ones I didn't show off. But I ended up selling a lot of them. And I sold the Vampirella run I have, which I'm kicking myself in the butt for now. I should have kept the Vampirella. But these are the few books that I did have out of there. And I'm not sure if they'd even sell, if they'd be worth much, if anything. And unfortunately, they have stickers on them, too. So somebody put a price sticker on the cover. Still trying to figure out how to get those off. Anybody knows how to do that? A couple people have talked about knowing how to do that online, but I'd really love to know how to do that. So we got The Spirit, number 7 by Warren Magazine. You can see right there in the center of that book. Right there. Nice big old freaking fat sticker. I'd love to be able to get that sticker off there. But, man, this is great in Mylar, man. Awesome. Hey, Discovery Bay. Showing off some magazines. I got some new Mylar bags and rebagged and boarded a lot of my magazine-size stuff. Spirit number 9. And the Spirit number 12. And I know that this one has another sticker on it right there. But God, man, these things make these books pop with this Mylar. Makes me want to pull them out and look at them. They're so pretty. So pretty. This is one of the ones you would think, what the hell are you putting that in Mylar for? Well, I didn't put a board behind it, but I put it in Mylar. We got Squatchy ink And Discovery Band Double S, thanks guys for jumping in. Lighter fluid and Q-tips and patience. Well, I have 2 of those things. I don't have the third, so we'll see. Maybe I might try on a piece of crap book, and then maybe work my way up. So this is the Hulk number 15. This cover is all ripped up here. But again, I didn't put a board in there, but I just put it in Mylar just to help kind of preserve it a little bit more than what it is. I never had seen these magazine-sized Marvel books before like this. I mean, I've seen like the Spirit and the other books, but never like the main Marvel titles like that. I know there's Sergio. This didn't have a bag and board because it couldn't fit. Buzz and Bell Space Cadets. Again, too, I'm a big Sergio Aragonis fan. AD. Ever read the AD by Lemire? I'm not sure. Was there just two of those books? That's After Death. Lemire and Scott Snyder. I'm not sure if there's only 2 of these or not. But I got both those. Now in Mylar. Now we're getting some of the other kind of older stuff. Not old stuff, but National Lampoon magazine from 1973. Now, this one doesn't have a board on it either. This one is cool. I really love this. I wish it was a cleaner cover. And this is something I may be able to use, maybe try, do a little cleaning on. And this is National Lampoon from August 73. This is I think it's a Frazetta cover on that. That's pretty badass. I love that cover. Not one that I've ever heard of. The Flying Buttress, maybe that's the publisher. Call of the Stars. This is probably that one collection I bought when I went out of town. See, it has a sticker up top. That's some of the stuff I've looked for like online, and I really obscure kind of stuff. Trying to find prices for it and see what it's going for. Doc Savage, number 1. That's not number 1. Sorry, number 5. I thought this was kind of cool. It's pretty dirty. It's pretty worn. I definitely like a higher grade on it. Of course, we all like higher grades on our book. So, and this is Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. Iron Fist versus Shang-Chi. It's kind of cool. And then we got Adventures of the Rook. Have you read any of these books at all? If you have, or whatever, let me know. If you've got some of these, let me know what you think. Got a few more Rook. This is number 8 from 1981. Got a couple people still watching. And number 12. It's a pretty dang. This is actually a fairly new magazine. I used to buy these all the time. I used to be really big into working on cars when I was a kid. I remember spending like late nights working with my dad on the garage. Sometimes out of necessity because the car broke down. We had to get fixed in order for me to get to school the next morning. Some of it was just out of a hobby. Loved old cars. I had a, let's see what I had a 64 Nova. It was a post. It wasn't like a hard top or anything. I've had a 69 Olds. I've had a 59 Ford pickup. A lot of older pickups. Really was kind of a gearhead when I was a kid, quite a bit. Jack Yo was in here. Yo and Mr. Gretzky jumped in too. So I used to buy these magazines all the time when I was a kid. I tried buying it again. This was about a year ago now. No Love and Rockets, no. But I used to buy it all the time because I love the cartoons, and it's cartoons. It's all about hot rods, all about wrenching, and these were awesome when I was a kid. it didn't have the same, it didn't grasp me the same as it did when I was a kid. I say a lot about a lot of things too with Mad Magazine. Same thing. I got some Mad magazines in here. I've got this one. As far as I know, it's the second appearance, but I could be wrong. 70 Cutlass. That's an awesome car. This is a Marvel preview featuring Star-Lord. This is second appearance, from what I understand. I don't know. It definitely could use some cleaning. It's got some blunted corners and stuff, but it's in good shape. It's intact. Cover's all good there. That's cool. I had a 69 Olds F85, which just like the Cutlass, but it has a post, and I think the headlights were different. Love that car. Absolutely love that car. Warriors of the Shadow Realm. This is a Marvel Weird World Super Special. Good God, say that 7 times fast. This is part 3. Again, with a sticker on that front cover. And I'm not sure what this was. And this says part 2, but I'm not sure if it's something that's missing in cover or what that is on the back, or if that's a preview to part 2. Don't know. This one's kind of cool. I don't see a number on it, though. This is February. This is the Electric Company magazine. Spidey Super Stories. And also has plus inside the $6 million man, Lee Majors, the Fall Guy, all that fun stuff. Who else is on the cover? I don't recognize any of those other people on the cover. I'm going to tell you. Let's see here. What do we got? Talked about the Rook. Extra special Cracked. I wasn't a fan of Cracked as much as I was Mad Magazine, but it was okay. It was a okay substitute. If I already had the Mad Magazine that came out that month, Cracked would work, but it wasn't the best. I don't know. The third spectacular Laugh Pact annual, so winner of 79, so 40 years old. This is Crazy. I don't remember ever reading Crazy as a kid. This is from 1981. What I like about this one, it's a superhero cover. It has Hulk and Spider-Man, little finger puppets on there. So it's kind of cool. Look at the price tag right on Spider-Man's head. I mean, if you're going to put a sticker on the book, like that, why not put it up in the top corner? Why put it right in the middle of a freaking magazine? It irritates me. I don't know why somebody wrote 193 on here, 75 cents. I don't know what that means. This is number 301 Mad Magazine from 1991. Hanging tough with the New Kids on the Block. This one's pretty beat up. It's on the backside. This is from July 1963. This is number 80 of Mad Magazine. I used to have a ton of Mad magazines too when I was a kid. I have no clue to what happened to them. I mean, I had stacks and stacks of them, and I don't remember if I gave them away, if they got stolen. I have no clue, and I don't remember. There's a whole bunch of newer Mad magazines. As I was talking about, like the cartoons magazines, really dug those a lot when I was a kid. Really loved Mad magazines. Talked about that. And so I thought, I'll get a subscription to Mad Magazine like I had when I was a kid. And Mad just wasn't the same as what it was. Now, of course, Mad Magazine's ending, but it just wasn't the same. Maybe I'm just got a little older. The jokes don't hit me the same. Maybe they're a different level of jokes. I don't know. You love New Kids on the Block, huh? They rock. So this is, what number is this one? I don't remember what number that one is. Let's talk about this one here. This is cool because it is like a comic book homage. And this is the Watchmen cover for Mad Magazine. This is, they have the issue number. I don't know what issue. So that's kind of cool. Well, I love the comic book ones. 20 dumbest people events and things of 2009. Was it 10 years ago that I bought this subscription? Holy crap. Can't believe 10 years has already gone by. Number 503. Alfred E. Newman. The rise and fall of a rap star. That's who is that rapper? I'm not up on the new rappers. Lil Wayne, is that Lil Wayne supposed to be? Obama homage cover there. Mad Magazine goes green. So these are all from 2008, 2009. I think I got a 2-year subscription to it. And most of the time I read through them and it just got thrown into a box. Never really cared for, never really put them in bags of boards or anything. So now I figured I had like 300 bags. Yeah, Little John, Little Wayne, something like that. I don't listen to that anymore. Of course, having a deep, long conversation with my youngest son, who's 16, about Little Nas. I think that's who the rapper is. He's like, "Oh, that guy's so awesome! That guy's so awesome!" And I tried to play Dre or Snoop Dogg. Like, this is garbage. This is not good. I said, you wouldn't have who you'd listen to now if you didn't have Dre and Snoop Dogg. That's for sure. 1995. This is number 341. Another superhero cover. This has Hellboy, Iron Man. Forgot the name of that Will Smith superhero movie that came out. The Hulk, and of course Alfred E. Newman dressed up as Batman. Thought about kind of putting these on my wall, just the superhero covers of the Mad Magazine. Who pissed off the Angry Birds? This is the cool one of that group. This is the Green Lantern cover. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, it says Gore says the 70s and 80s Mad Men had great satirical writers. I enjoy them with my millennial friends who one, don't understand the references and two, are afraid to laugh at the jokes. That is very, very true. Justin Bieber. And then I don't know what book this. So this is 509. I don't remember what number they left off on. I know they renumbered, and now they're closing Mad Magazine's not producing them anymore. So I don't know what they left off on. A whole bunch more Mad Magazines here. A couple more older ones. Narnia one. Not that cool. Meet the Roids. There's Obama. And there's cool kind of Joker. Why So Stupid? That's a pretty cool cover. And the Obama, 20 minutes in office, or first 100 minutes. Yeah. Have you tried reading any newer Mad Magazine score at all? I just can't get into them. Another Obama cover. And just another Alfred E. Newman putting the newspaper, which is an iPad, in the bottom of his parrot cage. Glee. And the 20 dumbest things people invented. 2010. This is another older. I don't remember where I got these. This is number 72 and number 75. I would definitely love to go back and try to find some older Mad magazines. I'm sure I could probably find them all over eBay and everything else. This was pretty beat up. And that's number 75. December of 62. Was not even a spark in me father's eyes yet. Okay. These I got super cheap. and yeah, don't even bother reading any of the newer stuff. Punisher magazine. I got these, like I said, super cheap on eBay, like less than $1 a piece. I think I had to pay more for shipping because they came from Canada. But I think this whole I got 5 of them here. I think I paid $12 for the 5, somewhere right around there. But they're pretty cool. Punisher magazines, number 3. Again, with that Mylar, it makes it look awesome. Number 5. I don't think so. Punisher's been one of my favorite characters forever. I remember reading Punisher as a teenager, getting into that. Trying to think. So 2099 came out. I was reading a couple years before that. But Mike Zeck, hands down, is for me the best Punisher artist there is. This is pretty cool. I love this. This is Jesco. It's pretty cool Punisher cover though. But hands down, Mike Zeck, all the way for Punisher, and a few other things. I think Mike Zeck is an amazing artist. And number 7. Line for 20 minutes already. And number 8. I don't know how long of a run this Punisher magazine was, but I definitely like. I think number 1 can be a little bit pricey, but I got his first appearance. I've got his second appearance, I think, and third, and I've got the whole miniseries of Punisher. So that would be like the only other, I think, key issue that I need. Of the Punisher. Oh, no one showed that one. This is from a movie. This is we're talking about heavy metal. I see they're talking about heavy metal magazines in the shop, and Gore was asking which ones do they have, what era. This is I'm not sure if this is produced by Heavy Metal, but this is based on the new Columbia Picture Universal Studios comedy, 1941. So I actually got a couple of these. These were in that kit, that collection I bought, the whole with the eerie, creepy, and the Rook and all those. So I have yet to read that. I don't think I've ever seen that movie either. That from what I understand, it's a pretty classic movie. Oh, yes. Talking about one of my favorite artists. This is probably absolute, hands down, favorite artist. Trying to get all his stuff. Unfortunately, he passed away 10 years ago, maybe a little longer than that, at a relatively young age, too. And that is Dave Stevens. Oh, God, dude, love Dave Stevens. I have a fair amount of his covers, but always looking for more, But Dave Stevens is badass. New Mutants graphic novel. I don't know what print this is. I just got it just so I could have it in my collection to read. Read through it once already, and if we'll pull it out and read it again, it's there. Do you read Garth Ennis' Punisher Max series? He also wrote the Punisher Born. I've read Punisher Born, excellent stories. I have original Zeck books. Won't part with those. Yeah, I don't know. My Zeck books must be my Punisher drawer. I'm trying to get the Punisher Max. I have not read all of the Garth Ennis stuff, but I love Garth Ennis. He's one of the writers that if I see he's on a book, I'll automatically pick it up just to kind of check it out and see what he's doing this time. My daughter, didn't he wrote The Boys, if I'm not mistaken. I have not read that series at all, but I did watch the I think it's Amazon show, and my daughter, who's 19, she started watching it too, and she said it's a little gross, a little graphic, and I said, welcome to Garth Ennis. Pretty much, Garth Ennis is kind of out there with a lot of his stuff, which is great. That's why I love him. I got this. I actually got Mike a cover too, and I sent it to him. And I'm not a big Halloween fan, though, but I thought this was a really, really cool cover. And they had two of them, and so I kept one for myself, sent one to Spectacular Spider Grandpa, because he's a huge horror guy, especially Mike Myers, Jason, and Freddy Krueger. Maybe not Freddy Krueger, but I know Mike Myers. But it's a Halloween collection talking about the movies throughout the time. Actors, come on, get focused on that damn magazine. Here, focus here. There you go. It's just kind of a cool cover, cool black cover with a knife point coming down, almost like a shadow. Amber Blake #1. We've got a couple copies of this. This was pretty good. I can't remember when #2 came out. I don't know why I didn't pick it up, but it was okay. I thought it was a decent story. These Mike sent me. These are magazines because he worked in the store, and a lot of times he would get the free stuff and he'd send it off to me or Paul, or whoever was interested in him. This is the Avengers magazine from the movie. That's really cool. I love that. And then I got Captain America 75th anniversary. That's pretty cool. I think I missed one. So they had the Batman Dan. I talked about those, but there's also, here it is. Wonder Woman magazine, Entertainment Weekly, collector's edition. $14 for that, man. I wouldn't pay $14 for that, unfortunately. But I will take it for free. If Mike wants to send it to me, I'll take it. So that's get back in there, Wonder Woman. Now, I have some other books here, but I'm already 27 minutes in. I'm not sure if I want to go through them right now, or if anybody's interested in seeing some older Dell books. I got some of those. I rebagged and boarded. Although the Dell books don't necessarily fit so well into these magazine size Mylars, but at least it keeps them protected a little more, and it makes them look awful pretty in the boxes. So we got 6 people watching. Maybe I'll jump into a few of them. Let's see here. Let's see what I got. Let me pop out some of these so I can actually have some room to work. This is kind of cool. This is #1. This is a Feral publication. It's kind of beat up, but it's still pretty cool. It's I don't know if it's Golden Age book. I do not have any Grant Morrison Animal Run. Just curious, I recently read through it. It was amazing. I've heard good things about it. I have not read that, though. Ajax Comics. This is Oklahoma Kid #1. 10-cent cover on that. I looked it up how much it was worth. It's not worth a whole lot because it's not really a big publisher or anything. And Gresky says he has the Smurfs Treasury Edition. Is it Smurftastic? Let's see here. Some of these are kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if I'd ever read them. These were given to me for free, so I just had them. I've showed some of them off before, given some away, and so Rin Tin Tin from these are, I think, the old 10-cent covers. Like I said, it was my father-in-law. His friend was going through their mother's attic, and that whole box full of comics that they were just gonna throw away, and my father-in-law said, "No, I know somebody who collects comic books." He brought them all over to me. Gunsmoke. A lot of Western stuff. This is the collection I got. Brave and the Bold 34. And I got Batman 98, Detective Comics. It's right back there on my back shelf. I forgot the number on it. You can kind of see my Batman 98 right about there. So, wagon train. Like I said, the bags are a little too big for them, but they make it look nice, and they're a little more protected too. I had a whole bunch of I Love Lucy's in here, and I ended up giving them to God, who was it? Nice pictures right up there. I have it. So he dug that. Word Rogers and Trigger. I mean, they may say like they're worth, $60, but really it's hard to find a buyer for this kind of stuff because it's not really, if you had like early Batman, early stuff like that stuff you could probably flip and sell pretty easy. This stuff, you really have to find the right buyer in order to really sell these. Spinning Marty. Yeah, I ended up giving those I Love Lucy books away. And the Real McCoys. Spanky and Alfalfa Little Rascals. Now I don't know if I'd ever sell these. I mean, of course, if I needed to sell, I would sell. But I don't think I like this stuff. I would keep here just because of the nature of what I do for work. I would keep them just as kind of mementos for that. And the Smokey the Bear. Some of these Dell, the 4 colors, they don't really have the number on the outside. Well, this one says 708. Some of these do. Okay, so these do, but some of them don't. You have to kind of look inside and figure out what number they are. And this guy here. So here's Smokey the Bear wrestling. Appears to be another bear, while a raccoon and a cub look on in astonishment. That other bear that Smokey is wrestling kind of reminds me of Ron Perlman a little bit. I don't know. I've been binge watching Sons of Anarchy lately. Again, it's the second time I've gone through the whole series. But does it look like Ron Perlman a little bit? I think it does. Let's see. Good old Sea Hunt with Lloyd Bridges. I can only remember Lloyd Bridges from Loaded Weapon series. Of course, he'd been an actor for long before that. I think he was in Airplane too, if I remember correctly. Wasn't he the one that said, picked the wrong day to quit cocaine or something like that? I think that was his line. Picked the wrong day to quit drinking. Picked the wrong day to quit smoking. The Sea Hunt there. Some of these photo covers are kind of cool, although it doesn't really represent what's inside the book. Of course, really, does that have anything to do with comics either? I love this cover here. Too bad he's not alive anymore. I would get him to sign this cover. And God, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. God, he played Herman Munster. I would love to have him sign that book. That would have been awesome. Fred Gwynn? Is that correct? So that's a really cool cover. I love that. Strange Adventures number 69 in a 10-cent cover. Now, I remember when these came out, I got them all mainly because of the backup story in it. And this first book was hot. And I remember getting these for somebody else. Maybe it was for I see he's on. So Comic Book Estate and Eddie the Comic Guy. I think that's the name. Yeah, Fred Gwynn. Okay, you were right. Or I was right too. So, but these books were really hot just because it was supposed to be the only place you'd be able to see this Here's Negan storyline, and that was in the Image Plus books. And I remember the first one kind of being really hot. I looked it up recently to kind of see maybe are they actually going for anything, and they're not really. And that's the Image Plus. So this had a 13-part series, maybe a little longer than that, of the Here's Negan, the backstory of Negan from Walking Dead. And that's the whole reason I picked up those, was just for that backstory. So, and I got all of that backstory from Negan, but then they turned and re-released it in another book too. See a few other books here that are really too small for those kind of bags and boards here. Some Archie books, which unfortunately there's none of them that are worth some crazy. I know there are a few Archie books that are worth a crazy amount of money, but I got none of those. Let's see, what are these? Scooby-Doo. Nothing really there. So these books here are kind of cool. What the hell's in my bag? Bag down inside there. So this is Huey, Dewey, and Louie Junior Woodchucks. I'm pretty involved in scouting, so I love picking up anything that's kind of scouting related. So I pick up those when I see them. And this was part of that collection that was given to me by my father-in-law. Oh, you have a huge Archie collection? Now, I know there's some of them talking about like the Rescue covers. Do you have any of those, Mr. Gretzky? Like I had to beat the other three guys off or something like that, and there's one with Betty or Veronica diving into a pool. That's the one that's kind of hot right now too. Life with Archie, number 42. Enter Pureheart, the teenage superhero, to battle diabolical Super Fink the Ice Cube. So I guess that's the only time that like Archie is a superhero. I don't know. That's kind of cool. I dig that one. All American Men of War, number 84. Death Dive with Lieutenant Johnny Cloud. The Navajo Ace at the Controls. A 10-cent cover. Mysteries of the Unexplored Worlds. Pep. Sad Sack. Nothing super exciting there. Nope, nothing really exciting. Much left at all in this stack here. 3 books I did get today. I need to rebag and board. He wishes he had the beat off cover. I don't know what's that going for. I don't know. I know it's been on a few lists lately. These I just got today. I got them on eBay. Bid Justice League of America number 77. Been trying to get all those. I think I'm going to work for getting a number 1. It's pretty beat up, but I think I want to try to get it. Lois Lane, number 97. And Superboy 152. So those are going to get rebagged and boarded and put in the proper place. And that's it. That's all the books I have that are rebagged and boarded. $100 to $300 are nice. So I got a big stack of books here that I need to read for this week. Some of these are doubles, but yeah, that's what I'm reading for this week's show for Sunday night. Of course, I got a couple of copies of the new Batman. Number 90. Number 90. What's number 90 on Lois Lane? I'd have to look it up. Yeah, a whole stack of books. I don't know if anybody got the new Batman book. That's that came out this week. That's been kind of a hot book. Lois Lane 90. Let's see what images. Oh, not Lois and Clark. I don't want 90s. Oh, okay. I see this one now. Okay. I don't think I have that one. Screen share. Is it that one right there? Is that the book you have? Yeah, I have. I don't have number 70. That's the first Catwoman. But I do have 106, 107, which is that one, where she's turns into a black African American lady for the day. I have that cover. About that one fairly recently. But to move on, I've been on for 41 minutes blabbing about magazine-sized books and Dell books and all that fun stuff, rebag and putting in Mylar to put in my collection, which I may not look at for another year, year and a half, 2 years, whatever. It'll be sitting down there in the bottom box. But at least they look prettier now when I go and dig through them. Yeah, so picking up books this week. Oh, man, Conan, Batman, Guardians of the Galaxy, Goon, Kanto, what else we got? Psycho List, Strayed, Headless. So if you want to know what we thought of these books, the books that came out this week combined, check us out this Sunday night, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern on this channel right here. It'll be Joe and I. Hopefully somebody else. My schedule's changing. Finally, I heard today that after Labor Day, I will be getting off earlier in the evening, so we might be able to go on live, the whole group again. So that would be exciting to have everybody back and talking books as a group. So whether you blast it, whether you stash it, happy reading, and we'll catch you guys later.